Yeah.
live.
Would each go live broadcast, would that end up with a different link each time though? So that link
That,
that you get for this mightn't be do.
that's what I want to. That's what I want to test right now. It says redirecting to YouTube
Yeah.
live.
Would each go live broadcast, would that end up with a different link each time though? So that link that you get for this mightn't be do.
Okay, so we're broadcasting live on YouTube. You just heard James repeat it a second time there, and then I muted it out. But here's the link. Let me put it in the chat. The link to the YouTube live meeting. And my question is this a durable link? And here's what it is. Is that the same link as we've had on previous ones? Let me see. Let me just check. Let's see.
Well, it's a different link than recordings, that's for sure.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that link I put in, that's the link to your homepage where it's like Jamin W. Shively with a little picture of you in the circle. That's what
Oh,
that
okay.
that's what that takes you to your page, and then the first thing you see is the live that's playing right now.
Oh, okay. So we'll just go with that link then,
Yeah, that would be the link to use.
right? And just say look for the link on whatever. It shows two people watching now, which is probably both of us.
Right.
And okay. All right, cool. Good. Thanks for that, Marco.
Yep, thank you. I learned too.
Right. Okay, so we'll plan on just broadcasting it on YouTube Live.
And if we do Facebook too, I learned how to cross post onto other pages when I did Climate Healers last weekend. So we can also, let me talk to, get a hold of Peter and see what he's doing with that. If he makes me admin on that page, then I can post to that one and cross post to like our own individual pages if we want. If we also talked to Silas, we could cross post onto all the Climate Healers pages too, to be broadcasting on Facebook Live on those pages.
Okay. All right, so I'll email that draft to everybody. And I'm getting a little tired here, which means James must be getting very tired. Oh, Marco, you put the link, the YouTube link in the chat, I think only for me, but let me go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't
Let me put
notice.
that to everyone. That's okay, I got it. So that's the link to Jamin's YouTube channel, which shows the YouTube Live link right there as the first thing you see when you go there. All right.
We'll be sending that email out, Jim, to a few local news reporters or news agents, in Los Angeles to get them at the steps of the city hall for that morning. Surely that a letter to a few of them would pique a few of their interest as a story, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, yeah, I want to, let's see here. I mean, like, I'll send it to Molly. Oh, Charlie's joined in the meeting. Let's say hello to Charlie.
Charlie.
Hey there, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Yo, Charlie, what's up?
How's it going, Charlie?
Hey, Jamie, good. How's it going?
Really good, really good. We're 5 hours and 40 minutes into this meeting, which started out with SRM and then evolved quickly into, well, not quickly, but after a couple hours of SRM, and we had some special guests who Franca invited. And so after a couple hours on SRM, we focused to compassionate Los Angeles. And Charlie, if this is a good moment for you to focus, it would probably be good to screen share and read to you what we've cooked up and just get your fresh eyes and your fresh take on it. And do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you love about it? What do you hate about it? But not to put you on the spot. But if you're game, let me know, and then you'll be kind of our guinea pig. You're ready to focus for 10 minutes or so?
Sounds good.
Okay. Be ready to take notes if you need to. That would probably be most effective, because then you can kind of listen to the whole thing, just jot a couple notes, anything you want to make a note of, and then we'll give you the talking feather. We are broadcasting this live,
minutes,
which
Dan.
started.
Just give me about 30 seconds. I'm going to get something to take notes with.
Oh, yeah, very good. We'll wait for you. Thanks, Charlie. And we are broadcasting. We just have a couple of people watching, 3 people watching, but we can end that if you'd be more comfortable not broadcasting.
I'm fine broadcasting. It's fine.
Okay, cool. All right. So here goes. And thanks for breathing new life into the situation, Charlie. Again, we've been here for 5 hours and 40 minutes. And here goes. Okay, but yeah, I'll take your time, Charlie.
Okay, cool.
Oh, first, Franca has something to say. Go for it, Franca.
I just wanted to say goodbye.
Bye, Franca.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Franca. Well, thank you so much for being here. We love you, and great work today, Franca.
All right, then. Bye-bye. Tschüss. Bye-bye.
Okay. See you soon.
Franca.
All right. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and screen share. And I'll just be reading here. So we're sending an email. The subject is Reinventing Los Angeles, California as the world's first compassionate metropolis. And whoever we're sending this to, dear Bob, whatever, I'm writing to invite you to participate in a worldwide revolution of compassion, starting in and centered around Los Angeles, California, starting on Thursday, February 17th, Saturday, February 19th, and all Saturdays following. The first event, the press conference, starts on the late morning of February 17th on the steps of City Hall and on Zoom at, I'm just going to put starts at 10:30 a.m. on February 17th on the steps of City Hall and on Zoom we put the Zoom link. We'll begin broadcasting the live press conference on Zoom, or I'll just put, just so we don't confuse, we'll start broadcasting on YouTube live. 10:30 a.m. To watch the live broadcast, please go to Jamin's YouTube channel, where you will see the YouTube live broadcast link for all events below. Here is the story. The story is about installing the world's first compassionate government, creating Los Angeles as the world's first compassionate metropolis. And some of this needs to be edited. But here's the scene. On the steps of City Hall, downtown Los Angeles, music, starting with the beginning of 2001. Da, da, da. Speak, sing, dance, and MC the event. Hello, Los Angeles, and wake the hell up. We are starting a revolution of compassion, starting right here in Los Angeles, into the world's first compassionate metropolis, a compassionate Los Angeles. World's first compassionate government. And then we're going to have, a brief interlude into why should I care? Why should you care? Everyone must answer this for themselves. And once you're beyond that point, continue. And then let's talk about the dark side. The dark side of Los Angeles is that it has become the capital city of the Hunger Games. What does it mean to create the world's first compassionate metropolis? We are making all basic human needs basic human rights, starting with nutritious, delicious food for all, free food for all. What kind of food? Plant-based food, for so many reasons, including, beyond the needs of people, the needs of our planet, the needs of Mother Earth. She needs for us to stop killing each other, animals, pollinators, ecosystems, and the planet's life support systems, continuing with, beyond plant-based foods and an end to animal agriculture, continuing with cooling our planet with SRM, solar radiation management, planting trees and other planetary scale interventions for saving and healing life on Earth, starting with the single most urgent intervention, which is a planetary scale intervention to save the last of the Arctic sea ice. And we mention the president of Finland saying, Mr. Trump, if we lose the Arctic, we lose the planet. And if we lose the planet along with the Arctic, there will be no more food to grow, because nothing grows on a dry, hot, radioactive, dead planet, which is where we are heading if we do not transform our world into a compassionate world, starting with a compassionate Los Angeles. Because different from Las Vegas, what happens in Los Angeles does not stay in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is the media capital of the world and the social movement capital of the world. We are Los Angeles. We have the future of the planet in our hands. And all of the above will be facilitated by the world's first compassionate government, which we are in the process of installing through compassionate regime change, in turn based on collective intelligence and decentralized direct democracy for all Los Angelinos. So the imperative for us all, our ask, our demand, is that you join the revolution of compassion, which will engage in this crucial regime change, installing the world's first compassionate government right here in Los Angeles, starting right here with Los Angeles City Hall. And the first compassionate candidate we are installing in the new compassionate government of Los Angeles is none other than Miss Molly Baszler, Los Angeles City Council member for District 5, which includes Westwood, Bel Air, UCLA, and other vital communities in West Los Angeles. What could be cooler than feeding everyone plant-based foods, ending animal agriculture, planting trees, and cooling the planet? What could be more compassionate? Let us reinvent Los Angeles as the world capital of compassion, healing, and saving life on Earth. And in so doing, create a new model for compassionate society that can spread around the world like wildfire. And then we'll have a section below with event details, dates, locations, etc. All events will be on Zoom as well as in person. We create the Zoom link. All events will be broadcast live on YouTube. And again, we give the same link as we had put previously. And we have the press conference Thursday, February 17th from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Location, the steps of City Hall, downtown Los Angeles. See thepressconference.org. Contact Jamin Shively, aka Darth Vader. And then Love All, Feed All. Feeding delicious nutritious plant-based stew to all. February 19th, Saturday, 1 to 5 p.m., Pan Pacific Park, Los Angeles. Foodhealers.org and contact. And then all Saturdays starting February 26th and beyond, Love All, Feed All continues in Santa Monica by default every Saturday, 1 to 5 p.m. And we'll have the detailed location in a little bit when Sarah gets it to me. And anyway, that's the first draft. So with that, I pass the talking feather to.
I thought it was great. I mean, I think it's, I can tell it's definitely something everyone's passionate about. You know, it's something that is there's tons of personal meaning for me too. Obviously, you know, you talk about it being pervasive, you know, beyond just Los Angeles. It's a beta program or whatever you want to talk, or it's a ground zero or however you want to talk about it. So I think it's great. Tons of great information. You just as an outsider, just a couple thoughts, right? Like outsider being someone who just heard that. Is it voters you're trying to like? Who's is it potential voters at the audience?
It's everyone, but you know, potential voters are probably the single most important constituency, but it's really all Los Angelinos. But then beyond Los Angeles, anyone around the world.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I mean, I think, you know, the one thought that I had was it is all great stuff. It's a lot to unpack, right? There's definitely a lot in there. I like the part at the end where you talked like what could be cooler than eating plant-based food and cooling the environment and all those things, right? I also wonder if that maybe would also serve on the intro, right? Because the intro I think was a little bit more macro, right? It was a little bit, maybe it was more, sorry, more, wasn't as precise. I thought that was a super precise statement. Like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to eat, you know, we're going to eat plant-based food. We're going to, yeah, I just wrote the first part of it, but it was like 4 or 5 catch points. I'm like, that sums it up great. Right. And I think it's great to have the summary at the end. I think also maybe kind of to get people in the right frame of mind, maybe think of something like that at the beginning. That was my big thought, right? Biggest thought there. Just because it's a lot, like, you know, a lot to unpack, and maybe just framing it at the beginning. Say, okay, this is where we're going with this, right? This is, you know, we definitely get there, and there's a lot of good information. But someone might look at it and go, okay, I'm not sure what this is until they get to that point. You know, like we know what it is.
Beautiful. No, I love it. Love it. Yeah. So copy that ending and put it at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it might need to be framed just a little different, but it's the same kind of gist there. It's like, okay, because at first someone might be like, well, what do they want? Do they want a donation? Do they want me to dress up as Darth Vader as well? Like we know that you're doing it right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's just a lot in there. And it all makes sense when it's contextualized, but I felt like maybe we could add a little more context at the beginning so that the person isn't, kind of wondering, okay, what specifically is like what's my role in this, right? And I think the end kind of sums it up. Like eat good plant-based food, help the environment, help others. But I forget what those 4 or 5 constructs were, but they nailed them. Like you nailed it at the end with those, right? So it's like, oh wow, that couldn't have been more clear. So everything else I thought was great. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I mean, that's where at the beginning I was kind of like, well, who's the audience? Where are we going? And it made a little more sense as we got further along. So that might help alleviate that if it was there. I like the decentralized part of it. Obviously, that's like, key. And then, yeah, that's it. That's all I had.
Awesome. Thank you, Charlie. Great feedback.
Yeah,
Great
thanks,
feedback.
My
Charlie.
pleasure.
Perfect
my
timing
pleasure.
today. Perfect timing.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. I'm like half exhausted, fully exhausted, half asleep. So I wish I could have given a little more detail, but I think I think it's great.
Hi, Charlie.
June too. That's what, 9 days from now. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. 9 days from now. I'll be driving down early morning Tuesday next week. Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll be driving all the way down, and we'll see what else. And James is meanwhile organizing a big meeting. I'll let James update on that. And go ahead, James. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Chairman. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, James.
Just just getting back to the email there, no, Jim, where you said we're installing, as the start of that, we're installing Molly Basler as the first compassionate candidate. Maybe put that actually at the words first compassionate candidate in parentheses or something, like a highlighted or something, and so put that idea into people's mind. She's the first compassionate candidate. In other words, oh, you mean others can run for a compassionate candidacy? In other words, put the idea of they don't have to be a Democratic Party or a Republican Party. There could actually be another party such as the Compassionate Party. You know what I mean? This is how you're talking about it. Like the revolution is through the voting anyway. It's not. It's all non-violent and everything else. There's no one advocating for anything like that. But it's through the voting. So put the idea of a compassionate party into people's heads. So Molly being the first compassionate candidate.
Yeah. So what would be the party? I don't know. I mean, I think Molly's probably registered as a Democrat, so I think we want to maybe stay away from a party. But here, I'll just reread that sentence. And the first compassionate candidate we're installing in the new compassionate government of Los Angeles is none other than Miss Molly Basler, Los Angeles City Council member for District 5, which includes Westwood, Bel Air, UCLA, and other vital communities in West Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What could be cooler? Yeah.
Yeah, forget the word party even. Just in the sense, just highlight the first compassionate candidate. You know what I mean? So that it stands out. Those words, the first compassionate candidate, stand out in people's heads.
Yeah, that's what we've got right here at the beginning of that paragraph. Does that work for you the way it's worded now?
No, I have no problem with the way it's worded. I'm saying highlight the 3 words, the first compassionate candidate.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just underline it and then I'll do the editing a little bit later.
Yeah. And I just noticed one technical issue as far as the location.
Yeah.
There's Los Angeles City Hall North, Los Angeles City Hall South, City Hall Park Center North. So which one is which?
Oh, good question. Good question. Let me get that sorted. Noted, and I'll have that sorted by the time I send it out. Let's just leave it at that. Because I also need to get a couple other precise locations for Santa Monica and Pan Pacific Park. So good point there, Marco. Thanks.
Lads, I think that about calls it a day for me anyway, unless we've more to add to it. I'm not sure, like, but I reckon we're more or less there, are we?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm pretty pooped myself after 6 hours of straight meeting. I'm ready to take a break.
I wouldn't be too much, like, but I have to be up in the morning. Some guy to call, fix the boiler or service the boiler, and I have to be there for him in the morning, like so.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
last
yep.
night, Alan, oh, sorry, James.
No, you're right, Mark. I was just saying, otherwise I'd stay up a bit later.
Yeah, last night, Alan took us on a tour of Google tour of different places. Los Angeles City Hall was one, so I was going to look it up again and saw that there were the three. But screen share real quick. This is the detail you can get off of Google. There's Los Angeles City Hall.
Yeah, that looks like the real deal right there.
But I don't think that's the one we looked at last night. Oh yeah, maybe it is. That certainly looks like a good location. And if you turn around, look what we got. Homeless people right across the street. Right down there is an encampment. So definitely will be the setting we're looking for.
Beautiful. Thank you, Marco. All right. Yeah, well, I am pooped, so I'm going to take a nap and then get on with other essential work, including finalizing this. I'll also message Sarah and get the exact locations. So, but in the meantime, let me go ahead and send out that early draft to everybody, so you've got it in your inboxes. And let me just make that one last edit of Charlie's cool suggestion. Put that at the very beginning, and this is all, of course, to be edited. Okay. All right. Sending this out and wishing James a very good night. Good sleep. Thanks for sticking out as long as you did.
No bother. We'll talk to you all on sure Friday, if not sooner.
All right. Very good. Very
All right.
good.
Sorry, I'm leaving as you're only coming in, Charlie. But it's good to see you anyway, man.
Good to see you too, James. Have a good night rest.
Yeah, you too, man. Take care and God bless you, Laddie.
All right. Thanks, James.
Change.
All right, Christopher. I thought you were asleep, boy. God bless you, and Alan, if he's still awake.
Alrighty, James. Sweet dreams, and I'll be nodding off myself here shortly, but first let me send this email to everybody. Charlie, what's your email address?
Sure. It's first initial, last name, C
Uh-huh.
MIN.
I got you.
Yeah.
Comcast. I got you.
Comcast,
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks. All right. Okay. Okay, so I got, let me know if I'm missing anybody on this. We got Marco, James, Charlie, Christopher, Michael, Franca, Bill. Anyone else I'm missing?
I think that sounds right.
All right.
Did you have Alan?
Oh, Alan, goodness. Okay. Alan's been so quiet. He's probably asleep. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I got Alan on there. All right. It's Sarah. And maybe we'll leave it at that for now, and feel free to forward it on to anyone you like. And there we go. All right. With that, I'm going to go take a nap because I am tired. But first, let me go ahead and